Make it move, make it move, make it $1 million move. Make it move, make it move, make it $1 million move. Make it move, make it move, make it $1 million move. Make it move, make it move, make it $1 million. Everybody move, move. Now everybody move, move. Now everybody move, move. Now everybody move, move. Make it move, make it $1 million moves. Got $1 million swagger and $1,000 shoes. Make it move, make it move, make it $1 million move. Got $1 million way to get it. All we do is pick and choose. Make the move, we can't lose. We get money, act the fool. Chip on 100, talking.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar.
And now, another edition of Wrestling with Attitude from Charlotte, North Carolina, the best wrestling podcast out there today. With your host, the intellectual savior of the masses, The Summit.
If we have any 6'5" women that are interested, Steven single, lady. D-Generation Sex. Bo Generation.
And the mouth of the Carolinas, Little Steven.
Don't be talking to the 18-day champion like that. Bo, conversationalist person.
Bo Horrible.
The former 6-month champ, the Melting Pot, JP.
Just go back and do that, RVD. Go back to Philadelphia. I'm sure there's a bingo hall. You could sweep the floors, give the old ladies another marker.
Little Steve. And this man makes Wrestling Attitude live to his standards. Dirty Dutch.
I mean, I liked watching Justin Gabriel until he got whooped by Goldberg. You ruined my core.
Yeah. You can listen to us on Stitcher, iTunes, and Spreaker.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook and tweet us at WWA Show. Wrestling with Attitude.
All right, welcome to Wrestling with Attitude, Stitcher, Spreaker, and iTunes. Joining me today, of course, is that little guy I found outside, Little Steven.
Yeah, it was like a few years ago, but I'm still here.
Yeah. How you doing?
Doing good, man. A good Easter.
Huh?
Good Easter, by the way. I hope everybody had a good one.
Oh, yeah, it was Easter.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Good.
No, just kidding.
Great Summit. I know you're all the way up there and you can't hear us sometimes.
Well, we don't have Easter at the top of the summit.
Oh, you don't? No. You don't have the oxygen or the capacity for it up there?
The Easter Bunny can't get up there.
I bet he can't.
I kicked his ass off the top of the summit.
Either you or Adam Rose did. I don't know who, but
It was a bunny hop.
Is it Bunny Mania up there?
No, Summit Mania.
This is
Yeah. We go by Summit Mania up there. So, of course, that's Little Steven, the mouth of the Carolinas, I guess you would say.
Oh, yeah.
And then to the left of that is Dirty Man.
Dirty man himself. Why don't you ever tell anybody where you found me in the dumpster? Like, what's up with that?
Well, I was going to say that or at the store.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure that you let everybody know.
what store?
We don't talk about the store.
If you ever seen Jay and Silent Bob, he's the guy sitting out front.
Is he at the quick stop?
Yeah.
Which one is he, Jay or Silent Bob? Which one?
He's Dirty Dutch, man. What you think he's
so
dirty?
he's sitting with them.
Yeah, you know how Jeff works inside the video store?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to tell you what kind of store Jeff works in.
Oh, God.
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
Why you
God.
think we call him Dirty?
Oh, God. Wow. First off, you made a Jay and Silent Bob reference, a Clerks reference.
Right.
Kevin Smith is going to sue us.
We love Kevin Smith, man. What are you talking about?
We're done.
You know what? We should go straight into the segment today.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, we already spilled the beans.
Man.
What?
Yeah, I guess we did spill the beans.
I mean, it
we
already
do spill
happened.
beans here. Too many times.
There's beans? Where?
You need to clean up, sir, now.
Oh, God.
But anyway, go ahead and talk for a second. Go ahead.
About what?
Jay and Silent Bob.
No, I'm not talking about Jay.
No, tell them where I found you then, Dirty.
Yeah, come on.
All right, well,
Let's hear your origin story.
I was in New York when he came up to visit, and I was with my dad, and then I got kicked out. And my dad left me at a Piggly Wiggly. And I couldn't find my way back home, even though it was 2 blocks away.
Didn't know Piggly Wiggly was up in New York, but
Hey,
okay.
there's only one. There's only one.
There's only one.
But then, I kind of like migrated to a dumpster. I lived off of banana peels and orange peels. It was really rough. It was. And then I had to learn how to.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's enough.
This is too deep. This
All right,
is way too deep.
We're good. All right. So you ready? All right.
Oh, he's ready.
I'm just making sure you're ready because I'm playing music for you.
All right.
Dirty. Nasty. Nasty.
Too dirty to clean my act up.
All right. Well, there you go.
It's pretty sweet.
The world premiere of Dirty What Ifs.
Dirty what?
All right. I'm taking this one back to WCW.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I've always thought about this. This is something that really aggravates me because it happened to, two of my favorite wrestlers. So,
Okay.
what if Bret Hart did not suffer the career-ending sidekick from Goldberg? What would he be doing right now?
Wow.
Not so much right now, but what would have happened after that?
He
Man.
He
was do you know about this?
Like where he said, "Don't injure me" or whatever, and
Yeah, he
he ended
kicked
up
him anyway.
injuring him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard
Yeah.
about that.
Look,
Like, it was-
he was going to go home anyway, dude. He
think
wasn't
so?
going to go back to WWE.
Really?
Not at that time, no. All the animosity that he had towards the company, and if you listen, let me see. If you go back and listen to the Macho Man's story, because I watched it yesterday or the day before, and you can listen to Bret Hart talking about how much animosity that he said the Macho Man had. To me, Bret Hart likes to stir that pot.
Yeah.
He was
does.
when you talk about guys in the business that are the biggest backstage troublemakers. It sounds like when he's talking, Bret Hart's the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
I mean, really. You guys got to watch it, but every time he say, Macho Man was this and that. I'm like, it's kind of weird. I mean, it's just his mannerisms.
Yeah.
So, even if he left, even if he stayed in WCW, it was still went out of business. He wouldn't have saved it.
Not alone.
because writing was horrible. Creative was horrible. But, for heaven's sake, you had Macho Man come out wearing a red hat, being a pimp or whatever with 3 women. So,
Yeah.
but I think even if he would have stayed, I don't believe it would have helped. I really don't.
I mean, I think you would have still saw him wrestle for a little bit, whether it be in TNA or somewhere. He would have went somewhere.
He would. I don't think he would went to TNA.
He would have
I
done
think he
something.
would have been like Macho Man.
Think
When
so.
it closed the doors, I think he was done.
You think he would have just?
Because he was so frustrated, man.
Yeah.
When you got to remember when he was in WCW, he was so much anger, animosity that he could. It wasn't the same Bret Hart.
Yeah.
He didn't want to leave WWE. He didn't want to leave that company, but he had to
Yeah.
because of the money and the situation. Sometimes door closes, you need to leave anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have helped him, dude. It wouldn't have mattered. I don't think.
I don't know. I mean, because it's also, I feel like he did that also because, he knew he was done because, he couldn't really wrestle much anymore because he was injured. I felt like being injured may have twisted the tide a little bit more into the favor of not wanting to wrestle anymore. But if he was at full health, I think it might have. I mean, every guy has that itch to wrestle, man.
You see, I know, but listen what you're saying, though. Go back and watch the matches he had.
Yeah.
It's not the same Bret Hart. He wasn't having fun with the matches.
Yeah, okay.
The people he was fighting, it's not like he was fighting Chris Benoit every week. Okay? I mean, some weeks he would go from Hugh Morris to Goldberg.
By the way, that's always great going from Hugh Morris all the way to Goldberg.
No, but you look at the people he was wrestling, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me. Just watch him fight, and you could tell, like, wow, he's not enjoying it whatsoever.
Like, and that's the thing. And I know I don't want to get too much into it, but like the whole reason why he left for the money, correct? That was the
What?
whole reason. He left WWE for the money.
No, that
Well-
was a screw job. Oh,
when
yeah,
it came
yeah.
down, okay. The whole reason the screw job happened
Yeah.
is like Vince says. Vince didn't screw Brett. Brett screwed Brett. When somebody won't do business with you, you have to take it in your own hands. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know that because I've been around the wrestling business.
Yes.
He knows that because he's been around the wrestling business. You know that.
No. But the screw job happened because Brett was leaving, correct?
Because he wouldn't do business. He would not do business with Vince. Watch every video that's ever been made. Brett has his side of the story. Vince has his, but so does Triple H, so does Shawn Michaels, so does Pat Patterson, so does everybody else that worked for the company. When a champion says, I don't want to lose this match, you have to do something. It's your company. You can't let the idiots run the asylum. You can't. You got to have that one guy. Why did WCW run out of business? They didn't have that one guy. Why did WWE succeed? Because they have that one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a lot
I
of
mean,
sense.
am I wrong?
No, I
No.
agree.
With saying that, because I'm so sick of hearing Bret Hart, or everybody's like, "Oh, Brett got no Brett." When you got to be a person to say yes or no and move on. If you ain't gonna do business with me, see your peace.
He also, too, was telling talent in the back that he was going to take the WWE Championship on Monday Nitro the next night and throw it in the trash can.
Exactly.
He said personally he was going to win that title, then go to WCW, get the WCW Championship, and be the only WWE or WWF at the time WCW champion at the same time. He kept saying it, and I don't disagree with what Vince did. He took matters in his own hands. Because if it was me and it was my company, and you can say if you were my wrestler, Steven, and I knew you were wanting to do that,
forbid.
boom, no more. There would be no more talk about it. There would be no more business. I'd be like, bye. Monday
Yeah.
Nitro, there
Yeah.
you go. See ya.
I mean, you ask anybody that runs a business, they would have done it, and promoters, and I guarantee you 99% of them would have said, oh, yeah, we would have done the same thing.
Vince is not the only one that would have done
I
it.
know how the screw job went. I know how that went. But I thought the whole reason he left and why the screw job happened, yes, I know it was because of the whole thing.
It
he
was
wouldn't,
some money.
because I thought
his-
Bischoff said he would pay more.
Right, he did. And he
Okay.
paid more, but
Yeah.
also he was frustrated with the company.
No, I know that, but
because
that was
the whole,
for years.
The whole and it builds up.
Yeah.
And when it builds up, you reach a boiling point that you need to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, you just do.
Yeah.
You need to close one door, open another. I mean, there's been other wrestlers that's done the same thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't see the big deal.
There's a reason why WCW succeeded for as long as they did, right? They did so well. And then that point, you knew that they were going downhill. Hulk Hogan himself was on national television when he said, no wonder this company is going down the crapper. That's exactly what he said to Vince Russo. And it's true because they were doing these stupidest storylines. They were screwing people over. It was...
But you got to have that one person when you don't have a company that's behind you.
Yeah.
Like when you have management that's telling you to do something else, but the other companies run it the right way and you won't grow and adapt or evolve, it's not going to last.
Yeah.
This is not.
Yeah.
So, but it's not going to work, dude. But the whole Bret Hart thing, okay? When you watch him fight, when you watch him wrestle in WCW, he wasn't happy. Like I said, because that's just my opinion, because all the years he busts his butt in WWE and then he goes to WCW and it's like, I don't care.
Yeah, the last time that I really saw Bret Hart really care about anything was Starrcade with Hogan and Sting. It seemed like that was his really last time to be in the spotlight, and it was. I mean, go back after
When he was
that,
the referee.
Yeah, when he was the referee, and Hogan, I guess it was a fast count that they say, and it really wasn't. But then that's when Hart came out there and did his thing, and then Sting won the championship. Sure, whatever. But that was really the last time that he was a big name. Really was.
I mean, because then, well, and that's partially because of WCW and other people's fault, but I mean, when you have somebody that is disgruntled the way Bret Hart is, you got to try to smooth things out. You got to try to make them refresh. Unfortunately, Eric Bischoff was not the one to say, hey, don't say, you know what, don't worry about them. Let's move forward. Instead, Eric Bischoff is like, you know what, F them. Let's try to piss them off as much as we can instead of actually worrying about your business and run it the right way. But anyway, that's WCW. History of WCW, yep. In
a
about 2
nutshell.
minutes.
In a nutshell.
So is that your what if?
Yeah, I really wanted to see where y'all stood on that. Thought it was a very interesting story that happened with it, because, Bret Hart, I mean, going against Goldberg, the top WCW superstar at the time, and the kick was vicious. I mean, it was so vicious that it concussed him for the rest of the match. And he talks about he doesn't really remember anything after that. I mean, it was pretty brutal.
Well, yeah, we could talk all day about Goldberg. Goldberg came up too fast.
Oh, yeah.
Way too fast, way too soon. And, the reason is because Eric Bischoff was like, ooh, moneymaker and ratings. So let's put them up and have them 5-minute matches.
Yeah.
And that didn't help the business. So, anyway. Yeah, let's move on from that one. And something else we got is, I know you got this time in history. This day in history, right?
Okay, so today is April 7th.
What, you don't like the news?
I think I've heard it before.
Would you rather hear this again?
Dirty.
Dirty. Filthy.
Nasty.
Even crusty. You see, I mean, what ifs? Yeah, I mean, I knew you loved the what ifs. You want to hear that again?
No.
Oh, too bad.
Too dirty to clean my act up.
Are you too dirty to clean your act up too?
I was 20.
I'm hoping I'm not that dirty, but it might be that way.
20 seconds
Anyway.
I'll never get back.
Anyway, yes. Oh, just wait till next week. I have an interview coming
Oh,
up.
God.
So do we know what historical day this is? April 7th?
April 7th. Last April 7th, I remember. Oh, yeah, I was in Italy last year. That's a historical day.
Stephen?
I was in Rome. I walked I walked the top of the summit.
I don't
last year.
know. What is it?
WrestleMania 2.
Oh, WrestleMania 2.
The one that was in many different places.
Yes, absolutely. And also, it's the only one to not be featured on a Sunday.
What day was it featured on?
Monday. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It was featured. Yep.
Technically, it was simulcast different places.
Wow. But so it really was not on a Sunday.
Do you know the first WrestleMania that was actually on pay-per-view?
Yeah, WrestleMania 5?
3.
3? We had pay-per-views in 87?
Yeah, they had 3. 2 wasn't. It was
You sure?
simulcast.
I think 2 was the first one to go on the pay-per-view market.
Because he was telling me
Anyway.
because it was simulcast because you had one.
One was in Chicago
And one was
in L.A.
Yeah. Which-
Because the Hogan match was in L.A. against King Kong Bundy.
Yeah.
And then in the one in Chicago was with the football players
Yeah.
in the Rumble.
That's with Andre the Giant.
Andre
Yeah.
Giant, Big John Studd, Bill Fralick, Richard Dent, William Perry. I'm trying to remember. Lawrence Taylor wasn't in it yet.
He was
didn't
way
come around
later.
till later. Yeah, he didn't come around till Bigelow.
Yeah.
So anyway, was that your historical fact? It was on a Saturday or a Monday.
Monday. Okay, yeah.
It was
Okay.
on a Monday.
Yeah.
Man.
All right.
And all the people I've asked, I was like, hey, what day does WrestleMania always fall on? They're like, Sunday. I'm like, wrong.
Right. It
Wrong.
usually does. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I mean, usually it's, but yeah, it's once some.
The event was also the first WrestleMania to air on the national pay-per-view market.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. But Simulcast was
Simulcast.
technically pay-per-view, wasn't
Yeah.
it? At
Yeah.
a what? Because I know WrestleMania
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
MTV.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Because WrestleMania was on MTV, correct? The first WrestleMania. Like
Right.
they broadcast a little
Right.
bit on.
They
okay.
did.
Yeah.
But it was not like you could call your cable company and say, hey, not all cable companies had pay-per-views back then.
Yeah.
That's my point. The actual first one that was on a pay-per-view, like I was saying, was WrestleMania 3, where you could get it on all pay-per-views.
Okay.
Because I remember my friends had it.
Because Simulcast was something completely different, right?
Right.
Like I've never heard of Simulcast. I'm not that old to know what Simulcast is.
It's basically taped.
Oh, okay. So, that's
But, no, I mean, because the first one I saw on pay-per-view was WrestleMania 4.
First
So,
one for me was WrestleMania 18. That was the first one. And that was on a Sunday. Just going to clarify that.
Yeah, every other one's been on Sunday, so
that's
that's
a good
not an
one.
issue.
That's a good fact. I did not know it was on a Monday.
You're going to write these in a notebook, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
No, he's not. He should, but he won't.
Dear diary.
Do you remember what the first fact was
What?
from last week?
There's a test.
Oh,
next
WrestleMania. One of the WrestleManias
week.
was
WrestleMania 2000, dude.
on. Oh yeah,
This is a 4-way match.
man, you're just don't be a Debbie Downer to me. God,
You don't remember anything.
WrestleMania 2000. Man, didn't know you were so grumpy on the summit.
If you remember anything, it'd be all right. All right, so this week our top 10 is top 10 men of mystery in wrestling. And to me, men of mystery is guys that wore a mask, but you weren't sure who it was. I ain't talking about a guy that always wore a mask like Ultimo Dragon.
I know.
You could include these people, but to me, that's my opinion. You know, a guy like Los Conquistadors was really Edge and Christian.
Oh, that was great.
No, that was great. Stuff like that to me, as much as we knew who Mr. America was, that's another one, you know.
Brother.
Yeah. So that's our sound off segment this week.
WWA Sound Off, where your voice can be heard.
Sound off, let 'em know how you feel. If the anger inside is real. Sound off.
All right. So that was our top 10 this week. I'll tell you what next week's is after we go through the list. I watched it today. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch it.
Oh yeah.
I did not enjoy this one that much. Number 10 was Black Scorpion. Yeah, you remember Black Scorpion? Sting? No, you don't.
Black Scorpion.
Black Scorpion came out dressed in a black mask and, you know, basically because he had the Scorpion deathlock.
Yeah.
But he came out, he stood at the ring and I am Black Scorpion or whatever. This was in 80. This was blonde hair Sting. Okay,
yeah.
so this is 87, 88,
Okay.
somewhere around there. But Black Scorpion came out and it was uncovered. There was two of them, and it was Ric Flair actually underneath the mask.
I
Who
remember
was
this
the other
now.
one?
I think it was like Arn Anderson.
Okay.
Yeah, one. It was the Horseman
Okay.
doing the whole thing, which I still don't understand the
Why
Black
they
Scor-
did it?
It's just Ric Flair. I
I
mean, of all
remember
people
this.
in a mask, Ric Flair.
That'd have been
I
Ric
mean,
Flair's worst gimmick
He's already
ever
the dirtiest
done.
player in the game, and you know, but a mask. I just, and you could tell it wasn't him all the time because it was a big guy
Yeah.
that looked kind of bulky, and Flair's never looked bulky.
So who do you think the other one was? Always
they probably
Arn?
paid somebody to just stand in it this week. I mean, seriously. I mean, dude, every week, do you honestly think a masked guy is the same guy every single week?
I want to believe that.
Sometimes I don't.
I wish it would be that way.
I
It'd be
mean,
a
I
lot
wish
easier.
Hunako wasn't San Car every week. I try to imagine it's not, but I see that freaking tattoo in his arm.
The tattoo gives it away.
Yeah,
You just hate Unico so much.
it's just
You just hate Unico.
I don't. There's nothing. What I hate about these guys in masks now, there's nothing to get behind.
Yeah, there's no mystery.
I could get behind Mysterio at one point, but then they took his mask off and made him be in the filthy animals.
Nah.
So
Yeah, we all know what he looks like now. We
Yeah.
never used to know what he looks like, and
You know, like I loved it when Owen Hart. That's another one I need to add to this list. Blue Blazer. I loved it when he was Blue Blazer, man, because I knew it was him, but he didn't say anything. But he did the same moves, and like I guarantee you, that's Owen Hart.
yeah. But you
So-
didn't know. Like, yeah, I get what you're saying. There's no mystery. There's no, like, what ifs of it. There's no. You just know, okay, this is a mask guy from Mexico, or, okay, he just wrestles in a mask.
And I'm not talking about what's the other ones? Wrestling, Mr. Wrestling number 1, Mr. Wrestling number 2, and all these. You remember all back in NWA, they used to have all these guys. The Deaf. Actually, I saw one that said the Knights. They had Mr. Knight 1, Mr. Knight 2. I'm like, really?
No. That's
Yes.
horrible.
Dude, back in the 80s, that's all they did.
Yeah.
There was no creativity.
So what was that? That was number 10, right?
That was number 10.
Wow.
Number 9 was Los Conquistadors.
Starting off strong.
Yeah, I can't believe that's number 10. And, I mean, just wait until I mention other names that's not on this list.
Los Conquistadors, they were an actual wrestling group
Yes,
back in the,
back
what?
in the 80s.
80s? Okay.
And then Christian Edge
Redid
recreated it
Yeah.
back in 90. Well, actually, no, they didn't, because you asked Christian, their name was Uno and Dos.
Yeah. And he gets really mad when you say that he thinks it was him in there.
Right.
He's
And,
really upset.
And, you know, and I couldn't tell it was them either. I mean, you know, because they would show up they showed up at the same time after they won the tag team titles, and Uno and Dos getting a tag team match. By the way, I love that their names are 1 and 2. So,
and you just went through this whole thing about what to do.
yeah. Which one's better, 1 or 2? All right. Usually, at least it's not 2
This is
double
Uno
deuce.
or Dos.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, all right.
at least it's not double deuce. I mean, you know, that's even worse.
God. Just
What?
stop. Just stop.
I'm just saying, at least it wasn't double deuce.
That's a better name than Uno or Dos.
Uno and Dos was great, man. You know, proud family, because, you know, 3 and 4 is probably sons and daughters. Trace and Ocho.
What would you like to name your kid? I'd like to name it Trace.
Cinco.
Sink.
Is this possible? Okay, cool.
Cool.
But Los Conquistadores, I understand this. This is good. Having them number 9, I get that. Number 8. Are you freaking kidding me? Cody Rhodes.
Okay,
I mean, really?
How is that a mask?
It's no mystery to it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Now, here's what I do like about it, because I loved when he came out and pushed the brown bags. And it was such a movement, because people would come out holding signs, I want a brown bag. Every week. It's when he was dashing.
Yeah.
I don't understand. This is not a mystery to me. A man of mystery is somebody you don't know who's behind a mask.
And again, we see this with every list. They mess up what they mean in, like, when they tell you what they're going to do, they always put that one guy in there that has nothing to do with the countdown.
Oh, wait until I get through the
Oh, I
rest of the
know,
list.
but they do that, like, because this is mystery men, not masked men. If we want to call that a mask, sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is mystery masked men.
Kind of throws off my top now, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of like really confused. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say what I had.
Well,
but-
no, yeah. Look, I mean, it's up to you, but I don't know how they did this list, really, because some of these guys, really, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it just doesn't make sense. And then the people they leave off the list, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but anyway, we're going to take a break, come back, and we'll go through the rest of the list. You're listening to Wrestling with Attitude.
concrete fields. Dreams you never lived in, scars never healed. In the darkness, light will take you to the other side. Find me waiting, then you'll see if you just.
This is the inspirational savior of wrestling, The Summit. That was memorable. In Los Angeles,
Yes.
the stars of stars. Here comes the pain. That ain't what Sable said. Because you got to be a bow lever. That's the reason we call him the show off, not the spell off. It wasn't as good as Bo Dallas, Bo Stake It, Bowmanship, Bo Hayton. Bow up. You can slap tornadoes. I can climb a mountain because I'll be at the top of the summit. You're listening to Wrestling with Attitude on Stitcher, on Spreaker, and on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at WWA Show. Like us on Facebook at Wrestling with Attitude, and go to our website at WrestlingWithAttitude.com. All right, what?
Wait,
I was gonna say welcome back to Wrestling with Attitude, but what?
hold on, I'm waiting. I'm
For
waiting
what?
to hear the and just believe.
Oh, you want me to play again? Okay.
No, please
I'll
don't.
play again.
No.
I mean, if you like it that much, I'll give
No,
you
I
an encore.
don't. Oh man.
The champions? Is that what you want to hear? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. That's what I thought you wanted. Oh, I know what you want to listen
No,
to.
don't. You are gonna waste 3
Hold-
minutes
hold
of
on a
our
second.
time if
Hold
you
on
do
a second.
that. Just hit puberty. I just hit God.
Okay, there you go.
You
Now
know,
we're good.
He finds a way to put that in every week.
I do.
And I have to give him credit because I couldn't do it every week.
You know what? It makes our day.
Makes our day. Makes our day.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Anyway, back to the list. Number 7, the Machines. Go ahead. You love the Machines so
Look.
much, Andre the Giant.
Okay, well, I wanted to ask you about this because you actually watched wrestling at this time. What was the whole point with the Machines? I didn't understand why Andre was away. Was this when Andre kind of took his leave from wrestling for a minute? And then, like, what time period are we looking at with the Machines? Because I never understood that. When was this? Was this like back in what, like after WrestleMania 3 or WrestleMania 4 or so?
Well, this was because basically Big John Studd and them didn't want to have to face Andre the Giant. So they had a match. Okay.
So this is before
And-
WrestleMania 3. And
Right. This is
Okay.
way before that, dude. This
Okay.
was back in.
Like WrestleMania 1.
No, this was. I'm trying to remember the year. 1986. So this was right. This was right after WrestleMania 1.
Okay.
Because if you remember correctly, during WrestleMania 1, it was Andre Giant versus Big John Studd in a body slam challenge.
Yeah.
If he body slammed him, then he got $10,000. So
Makes sense.
But the guys in this group, man, I didn't. It was the Hulk Machine, Piper Machine, Animal Machine, and Crusher Machine was former members of the Machines.
So Hulk was in it?
Roddy Piper, Animal, and
And-
Crusher. It was Super Machine, Big Machine, and Giant Machine.
Yeah.
You see, I was watching it today, and I was trying to remember who the other guys were, and Piper makes sense.
Yeah, but who was the other one?
One was Hogan
Wow.
or Animal. Because you got to remember, Road Warriors, well, yeah.
Oh, they were around at that time, weren't they?
They were actually in, no, it wasn't him. Actually, here we go. Albano, Blackjack Mulligan was the Big Machine. That makes sense.
Okay.
I'm trying to see. Yeah, and then it was Piper Machine, which is basically him.
Roddy.
Yeah.
I didn't know they existed. I never heard of the
machine?
machines. Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't hear the Machines?
It was a small time in wrestling, but the thing I liked
It
about
was
it,
it was in '86. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was right after WrestleMania 1.
yeah, it was only for like a few months, right?
Oh,
It wasn't long.
Right. They didn't have a big run.
Yeah.
Because
build up.
Andre Giant, you can't keep him unmasked, dude. Come on.
Well, we all knew it was him.
Right.
We heard, but that's what I like about the mystery thing. It's like what you were saying with Owen Hart about being the Blue Blazer. You knew it was him, but you didn't know.
Right.
And that's what I love
And that
about
was
it.
the cool thing. But, Andre Giant is a guy you can't keep him unmasked that long. Come on. It's
And
like
there's
the
no
Big
other
Show.
guy that's that big.
It's like
at
the
that
Big
time.
Show. You can't do the Big Show in a mask. That's like putting Big Show and Great Khali in a mask.
Who's that guy?
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, Great Khali is a different animal because he can't talk, but
Right, but I know, but you don't you don't want to see that big guy in a mask.
No,
For
you're right.
example, go look at Giant Gonzalez when he came out in a mask. When he was Laser Man or anybody else.
laser. I forgot. God, you put
Laser
in a bad,
tag. Yeah.
bad memory in my
Yeah,
head.
he had the bad laser tag suit.
It's like putting what's his name in the Shockmaster. I mean, come on.
Yeah, let's give him a Star Troopers helmet.
And put glitter all over it, and boom.
Yeah. Like the guy that played Tugboat, let's put a mask on him.
And then just have Flair in the background
that-
go, oh, Lord.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's better than Ole Anderson talking. Oh, yeah, there was Ole Anderson that was talking. Which is funny, actually, if you go back to the mid-'80s and stuff, you realize Ole Anderson pretty much voiced over everybody that was there that wore a mask. Which is hilarious to me. Number 6 was Mr. America.
I mean, okay, why? Why?
Look, we knew who it was, but it was funny. It worked for when you did. It was to set up the match for him and Vince at WrestleMania.
Why didn't you like him?
Not so much that I didn't like it. It's just, like you said, it's mystery. Somebody I didn't know who it was.
But we didn't know who it was. We
Bullshit
the
crap.
lie detector.
Bull crap.
Thank you. By the
Bull
way.
crap.
The lie detector test. Come on. It wasn't Hogan.
I was
It
just kind
wasn't-
of like when it was going on, don't get me wrong, because I was like, yeah, Hogan, it's Hogan, you know it is. But the one
Yeah.
thing that got me is on the middle of SmackDown, he goes, raise the mask up. He's like, shh.
Yeah.
And he pulls it back and I was like, we know, Hogan. We know. We know, brother.
I would have been better if he didn't say brother. If he would said, okay, dude, or,
Who is he? Mary Kate and
No,
Ashley?
I'm just saying, okay, dude, or
Okay, dude.
or some other punchline, some other line. If he would, instead of saying, okay, brother, say, God bless America. I mean, that would have been funnier to me.
I don't think Hogan knows any other word.
No, I know that's my thing. Or have his brother Dave Sullivan that was in WCW come and play the character for
God,
a couple weeks.
you're going way too much. He want his brother to come in.
To me, you don't have a guy like Hulk Hogan wear a mask.
You don't.
You just don't. Okay, Owen Hart, different story. Ric Flair, you don't have wearing a mask. Not unless it's going to be a sneak attack one night and one night only. That was something. Kind of like Dean Malenko we'll talk about.
Yeah.
That would have been good. But it's Hulk Hogan,
I
man.
know.
And then they made it even worse. Give him the one-leg hero.
I felt bad about that.
Zach Gallen. Yeah.
I
Zach
felt bad
Gallen.
about that because like it was really kind of inspirational, but at the same time it was like why did you do it that way?
And I mean no disrespect
Yeah.
to Zach Gallen. I don't mean any disrespect to him at all. I don't. When they do something like that,
You don't like
I'm
that.
really iffy because TNA did something like that with this guy Chris Mendez that is in TNA right now, or he was. But he's on one leg. He does have a prosthetic leg, but he is.
Well,
Can't really do much.
because
Yeah.
there's going to be that
I'm
one
more
guy.
when somebody attacks his leg or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this ain't right or this ain't fair.
Well, it's like that one. There's that one guy that's making fun of it, like because you're always going to have that one guy that doesn't
That's-
like it and that's making fun of it. Like that was the whole thing I hated about the Eugene thing when they did the whole being special, and I hated that because it's wrong in my opinion because people really thought he was like that and he wasn't.
No,
and
he wasn't at all.
I don't like it when they do things like that, and I get what he's saying.
Yeah, a lot of people that I knew thought Eugene was special. I'm
No.
like, there's
No.
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 And people. And I
Have
mean,
you
that's
actually
what-
seen his interviews, by the way? Because
No.
he's a very smart person.
No, it's
he's
just
smart.
it's funny because, like I said, a bunch of my friends thought he was special. I was like, do you know the liability that they would have?
They would be in so much trouble.
You
Listen.
can't.
Nothing
Can't do that.
the WWE does, I believe, is real. To a point. And I tell my wife, I tell everybody, if you watch wrestling, it is a men's soap opera.
So you
And
don't-
that's exactly what it is. Okay?
So you
it's
don't
a men's
believe
soap
it's
opera.
real?
No, I don't believe. I believe in wrestling. But
Sorry, knee slapper.
I know. Well, thank you. Now I have another remark for you. But there's a line. But I make sure I tell everybody, hey, we know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not. I'm not one of the diehard fans where if my guy don't win, I'm gonna riot the streets.
If you were there when CM Punk didn't win, you would have rioted the streets of Chicago.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
you
don't go that far. Anyway, that's number 6.
Okay.
All
Wow.
right. Here's another one I have a problem with. And I can't believe it made the list. Number 5 is Mr. Bunny.
Okay. First off, this I would have been okay with if this made the list if we actually unmasked the bunny.
Yeah.
But we never did. We never.
Exactly.
He just went away. He got euthanized.
I don't like that. If
Yeah.
somebody debuted as the bunny, like Sami Zayn or somebody, I would have liked it. But you did. You dropped him off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
It wasn't even near Easter yet. I figured you keep him until Easter.
Yeah, at least then. At least it would have made more sense. Like, we put him back in the wild.
Right.
Like,
The Easter bunny had to go out and get Easter eggs.
but, I mean, it's like the gobble. To me, the bunny is like the gobbledygooper.
Gooker.
Nothing happened to him after he debuted. He was there for a minute and then boom, he vanished.
Really?
Why is that's what I'm saying. Why is the bunny in the list? He shouldn't be in the list. He's not mystery. There was nothing mystery about the bunny.
He was a bunny.
Yes, that's why I'm saying it was like the gobbledygooker.
He was a guy dressed in a bunny suit. That's it. Well, here's my thing. If the bunny's going to be on the list, why is the fake Mexican guy not on the list?
Who?
Eric Adams. Why is he not on the list? When he was dressed up. Why is Jesse from down in Chester not on the list because he was dressed up.
Hey, shout out, guys.
Yeah, I'll give him a shout out. But why don't we have
shout
them on the list? We got a bunny that's. I mean, we should have actual people that. I mean, where's the rest of the people that were dressed up?
But and again,
Because we got the bunny.
and we don't know who it really was. I want to say it was Sami
I mean,
Zayn.
why don't we have Tessa Blanchard on this list? She was dressed up.
We don't talk about Tessa
I know.
Blanchard on this show.
I know.
That is a no, sir.
Oh, I'm gonna get banned. Okay. Ooh. Nobody's gonna talk to me again. Oh goodness gracious, I'm worried. The reception on the phone call up top is not. I don't get it anyway. So when I'm up on top of the summit, I don't hear the phone ringing.
Dead zones. We live in dead zones up top.
Yeah, I got Ed. I'm so far high up on the summit. I got Edge living near me. He's off the cliff.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So
just
the last thing I'm worried about is freaking anything else. Okay?
I bet you are.
Yeah. But anyway, the bunny of every. Hold on a second. Of everything we have to worry with men of mystery, we put a freaking bunny on the list. A bunny.
JP's rants. Now?
Yes, because I'm ranting. Look, a bunny on men of mystery. What's next? Hey, why didn't we have Mick Foley's Santa Claus on the list?
Nah, Dude Love would have made it before that. Or Mankind.
Yeah, Mankind's not even on the list.
Mankind technically could be on the list. He was a man of mystery in a way.
A lot of mystery.
So, what the heck does this WWE Universe think? Or ever who votes? Hey, I'm still trying to figure out each week when the woman says on Countdown, and your vote, see where your vote placed this week. I didn't vote. I like to see the people that voted.
Yeah. I wouldn't know how you vote for these things, too, because I don't, where do I go? Do I go to WWE.com? And what do I do? Go to, recent polls and stuff? How do you vote for these things?
It's kind of like that, yeah. It really is.
I mean, no, you're making a good point. The bunny should not be on the list.
I mean, where's Santino Morella? Oh, that's right. He's a real character. Sorry. Probably should have had him on a mask.
Dude, I don't... But the
It's
thing
a
is,
bunny.
They explained what it was at the beginning of this thing, and the bunny does not fit the description.
But
I
we
know.
collectively agree that the bunny shouldn't even be near the...
No, you
Almost,
shouldn't be.
not even close.
Wait till I read the other people that didn't make the list.
Now, we talk about, weird characters. Sure,
sure.
maybe.
Well, okay, a paint face is something
Or
different.
mascots.
Okay. Painting your face. A bunny, though, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, where's Santa Claus? I'm just wondering, where's Santa Claus at? Where's Satan? Where's the devil? Because, I mean, there's been people dressed up as devil. Where's Kiss the Demon? There you go. Where's Kiss the Demon at?
Now you're going too far. Going back to Kiss the Demon.
Anyway, number 4 was Mr. Cyclope, a.k.a. Dean Malenko. He was a surprise entry. I'm surprised you remember this. Come on. Mr.
was he?
WCW.
Who was Mr. Cyclope?
Well, I'm trying to tell you.
sorry.
I just said his name, Dean Malenko.
No, before that.
But he was a known character. Like, he never took his mask off, stuff like that. All right. Jericho, at one of the pay-per-views, had a battle royal with a bunch of the guys. Juventud Guerrero, Psychosis. Okay, now you remember.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, one of the guys, they were actually going to have him come out wearing a blue mask as somebody else that they've never seen before. Well, Jericho and Malenko was like, why don't you dress as this guy that we've seen before and we know who he is? No one will expect it. So he comes out. Him and Juventud are the last two in. Juventud jumps over the ropes, disqualified. He eliminates himself, and that's when Malenko took the mask off. And it was Malenko. It's right when his father died, right after his father died and stuff like that. And then Jericho had to defend the title against Malenko that night.
Okay.
On the pay-per-view. And Malenko beat him. So
Yeah.
that was good. That's a good man of mystery. That's an example of man of mystery, not a freaking bunny. I couldn't stand the bunny when it was there. I can't stand the bunny now. And I'm glad Easter's over.
Not even
It
there.
would have been so much better too if they would have had somebody with some kind of storyline with a vengeance against Adam Rose, but there wasn't.
Who cares? It's Adam Rose.
I
You know
get
what
that.
would have been
I
better?
get that.
You
I
know
really
what would
do.
have been better?
What's that?
I'd rather seen the guy dressed as a Mexican guy who I mentioned earlier, and Jesse, the guy I talked about earlier, and that girl that looked really good in the red. All of them attacked Adam Rose. That would have been funnier. If
But I would
if
really
all
like
the
it.
rosebuds would attack them,
Oh,
that
yeah,
would
that
have been funnier
nice. Yeah.
than a freaking bunny. Oh, you know, there's a guy who wears a hot dog costume.
Yeah.
Why don't we count him?
And a hamburger costume. There's like 5 different condiments.
Hey, at least they're not Teletubbies.
I'm just glad they're done with that.
Could be.
Anyway, what? Yeah. Number 3, of course, is the Hurricane. Perfect.
Number 3?
Number 3. I still think he should be number 1.
Yeah.
Men of Mystery. I mean, hello, he's on your cover of Men of Mystery. And
Yeah.
you don't even have him number 1.
Oh, you got to be kidding
This
me.
is the guy that created 2 other characters with this persona. Mm-hmm. I mean, 2 other characters became like his sidekicks because of this persona. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's like with Goldust. Great gimmick, in my opinion. When you can make another gimmick off of a gimmick, great.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I mean, what do you think on that, James?
A gimmick off a gimmick?
Yeah.
Well, you see, you talking about 3 of us. I was thinking this. You know, I was thinking 3 count. I mean, that's what I'm thinking when you say Shane Helms.
Okay. But that's what I'm saying, though. It was something completely different from what we saw. And that's why I liked it, because then he became just known as the Hurricane. He ran with that for what? At least 5-6 years.
Wow.
I hate to tell you, he's still running with it.
Yeah, but
he's actually
it's good.
He will actually be in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Knights game. April. Well, no, he was getting ready to talk. April 28th. He will be at the Knights game. All right, go ahead.
I wasn't going to talk. I was just agreeing, sir.
Yeah, we can point our
No,
fingers.
I'm actually looking that up because I want to go actually talk to him because
I'll be there.
Yeah. Oh,
You have to get. I'm gonna get there early. I'm gonna get his autograph. I'm gonna get a picture.
I might just stop by to get his autograph.
it's the best song ever too, though. So I mean, it's cool.
Best song.
It was a good song, but he played the. What
gimmick.
was he saying?
That gimmick was so fantastic, dude.
Did
I
he
loved
just
it.
do that again?
No, I was sorry. I
All
was
right.
gonna say my piece.
No. His
Yeah.
gimmick was great, dude, and he did play it the best. And he even talks about it on the Men of Mystery thing. You know, he said, "I was all on board. You know, they gave me the shot, and you know,
I mean, it was a good gimmick.
I mean, he wasn't as good in 3. He's better in 3 count, but still."
It was polarizing, is what it was. Like, there wasn't really any. I mean, back in the day, I never knew anybody that was like, "Oh, I hate the Hurricane." I never hated the Hurricane. I loved watching
good.
the Hurricane. I mean, they even put him in the world title.
Well, he
like
fought,
picture.
He beat. That's because he beat The Rock.
Yeah.
Okay, he beat The Rock. And, you know, I loved it when he was dressing up and he was like the Clark Kent. He would go somewhere, change, and come out.
That was pretty funny. I agree with you on the thing with the. I mean, Hurricane was good, man. Had a good catchphrase. I know everybody hates the catchphrase, but it was good.
What's up with that?
What do you mean? What's wrong with that?
What, you hated when I did it last week? You're like,
No,
oh.
I hate when you say stuff altogether.
Oh.
It has nothing about you, because usually you screw it up.
Oh man, there's so much love in this room right now.
Well, not
No,
usually.
you screwed up.
Dude, usually. Oh, that's a good comeback there. Good,
Yeah.
good job, Axel back. But
Better than Axel in a cell.
I just.
Oh man.
No, but okay, look, one thing I'll say about Hurricane is this. You know, coming off of WCW, the whole invasion thing, I did like about that is that he became like technically he was a heel at the time, right?
No,
no.
he was never a bad
No.
heel. He was
He,
always
he was part of the WCW invasion.
But no, how could you hold on? How could you say you didn't like him? Everybody liked him. No, he was never a heel.
when did I say that I didn't like him? I said he was a heel for a
There's
second.
a hurricane coming through.
Yeah, that's after the whole WCW invasion thing.
It was kind of like Evan Courageous. You didn't really hate him.
Okay.
You didn't really hate him. I mean, you were just like, wow, he has great athletic
No,
ability.
we hated even.
Or like
Courageous.
Brian.
I didn't hate Evan
or,
Courageous. I thought he was. And Shannon Moore, I was a Shannon Moore fan. Yeah.
or like what's his name? Shooting Star Press guy,
Billy
Kidman.
Billy Kidman.
Yeah.
Well, we knew who the best of the three were, so
Yeah,
Most successful at that.
yeah. But no, freaking, the Hurricane made a great impact. I loved it. When not your 3 second, where the superheroes over who he's tagging with, Rosa.
Rosie.
dude, that was great. He
Rosie
made
was
a gimmick
fantastic.
off
That
a gimmick.
was not the best. Is when he first appeared and he was going against The Rock.
He had Mighty
when he was
Molly.
doing those segments. That was the best.
The best part too, what they had is he's like, I saw the people strudel. Not impressed. Oh my god, that
Yeah,
was the
no,
funniest
that-
part ever.
That stuff is the best part. What's up with that? I mean, he made that famous, and he'll be able to live off that gimmick forever
And then the thing is too, I mean,
at local minor league ballparks all across the state. I mean,
but
country.
it kind of sucks too that they didn't really run with it like as strong as they did because
No.
people would have loved to see. And I mean this too.
Do not say heavyweight champion.
Yes.
No
He could-
way.
Absolutely.
No
absolutely.
way.
He could have been world heavyweight champion
No
for a
way.
month.
Are you
Absolute-
kidding me?
No, I'm not.
No way.
Absolutely.
You couldn't have took it away from Stone Cold. Are you going to really tell me you take a title away from Stone Cold Steve Austin and give it to
Let me-
the freaking Hurricane?
Let me
No.
ask you this then.
Tag team champion,
Okay.
U.S. Intercontinental. Not a heavyweight champion.
Okay. How many times?
I love the Hurricane, but
how
never.
many times do we see on Raw with a roll-up pin, and you can't do it one time for a guy like Hurricane who was so polarizing to the fans?
He wasn't that. Okay.
He was
You're
very
going to it.
polarizing.
No, he was not The Rock's level of polarizing.
He was I'm not going to say his level. He wasn't on The Rock.
He was not Stone Cold level. He was not Triple H level. You got to remember 2001, 2002 when all this was going on.
Okay.
Triple H was the man who was just getting started because it went from The Rock and Austin to Triple H. I understand maybe one night he could have had the title, but then he would have to give it back.
Sure.
He could not, but he was where he should have more time on TV, though. I will say that.
Yeah.
He should have more time as a tag team title or U.S. champion or IC belt. Absolutely. But world heavyweight champion, no.
I think
if
he
you're-
could have been.
I disagree.
What do you think,
because I
Stephen?
disagree strongly because there's no way in hell he could have held, and he will tell you that. When he talks, he couldn't hold Stone Cold's boots.
Hey, still,
at that time.
he could
I'm
have
just
had
saying.
he could have had the
No.
belt for at least a week or two. I mean,
But the story
and I'm
wouldn't
not
make
saying
sense at the
I'm
time,
not
though.
saying that he's on the same level as the Rock, Stone Cold, Triple
what I'm
H, and all these
saying,
guys, but he was he was a top 10 popular guy on that
No,
show.
I agree. There's no doubt on that.
The fans
but
would
he
have
was
never
not,
revolted.
They would have. They wouldn't have liked it. It would have been just like now us giving the belt to Curtis Axel. People love him, but they didn't love him that much.
I don't think Curtis Axel's even close to the popularity that the Hurricane was.
I'm just saying.
I know.
You
I get
compare
what you're saying.
I'm just saying. You compare somebody from today's to back then. He wasn't as popular as the Hurricane. I love the Hurricane. Don't get me wrong
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
love
doubting
the
it.
Hurricane. But obviously you are. But the Hurricane is not The Rock and Stone Cold, and you couldn't have took away from Triple H at that time.
No,
because Triple H started and you got to remember all the WCW guys that were coming in that were getting
Yeah.
title shots. You couldn't have pushed him in front of everybody else. You couldn't have done it at the time. I mean, there's too many other people. So
Your take, Steven?
I'm good. I mean,
yeah,
we good now?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right.
yeah, but come on.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm just saying. There's
Me too.
No, you don't get it. Maybe you do. I don't know. I'm just saying he was a great character, but a heavyweight champion. There's certain people. Nope, the buck stops.
But I'm not even saying that he holds it for months either. I'm saying you strap it on him to get the crowd what they want for a couple weeks.
Yes,
and then you,
I understand that.
Yeah.
But then you take away from other people who actually deserve the belt and who should be in the title picture, like a Chris Jericho,
Yeah.
like a Triple H, that needed to pass that torch on.
Yeah, and
because
I see
sometimes
that.
if you give it to somebody that don't deserve it, it detours. It takes a detour, and it takes them longer to get the belt when you don't need it, because then you will have people revolt, kind of like you do now. If Seth Rollins didn't get the belt, who knows where it would have been at?
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, we're going to take a break, come back, and actually finish the top 10. All right, you're listening to Wrestling Attitude on Stitcher, Spreaker, and iTunes.
Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
Here's the story of two brothers, brick and sky. The two you drugs and they're always on top. But they have the time on their ability. So that you so bad the night is your knees.
This is Little Steven from Wrestling with Attitude. Do you want to be extreme? Or maybe you want to be the show-off / face? Or maybe you want to be the intellectual savior of the masses? Or, if you're really up to it, you could be the 6-month champ. Doesn't matter what you want to be, but you can find it all right here at Wrestling with Attitude. Go to our website at wrestlingwithattitude.com. Like us on Facebook. Also tweet us at WWA Show. Wrestling with Attitude. That's where the big boys play.
Still playing Big Boys. So, well, I'm sorry, what?
Evolution.
Evolution?
Oh, we're going to talk about some evolution. It's Motorhead, man. Come
Wow,
on.
Motorhead too?
Hey, it's Motorhead, okay?
All right, welcome back to the show. Before, we took a break, we were talking about top 10, last two breaks actually, so we'll move through this a little bit faster. Talking about the Hurricane for the last 20 minutes. He's a great hero and everything else. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, when he comes to Charlotte, we definitely have to check him out.
We will.
Number 2 was the Stalker,
Okay, so...
a.k.a. DDP. What?
I know it was an easy gimmick, I get it, but I felt like it would have been a lot better if it wasn't DDP, because DDP shouldn't come back as a weird dude.
Well, it's his debut, though, man. You got debut.
It was so
What's the better, as he
weird.
said on TV on his promo, what's the better way to make a debut than mess the biggest dog in the yard?
He's got a point, but I would have liked to see DDP do something different, because it was just like he had a good little run, but it wasn't like I expected DDP to be one of the top guys in that company. I really did.
WWE?
Yeah.
I thought it was too, but
I mean, I'm sorry, but he should have been one of the top guys in WCW. In my opinion, he wasn't. He wasn't one of the tops.
no, he was, but and you got to remember, the Savage feud put him over the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then he was one of the top guys after that. And they just, what? It reminds me of TNA. Too many people are heavyweight champion. And because when you start letting everybody, and that's kind of the reason I say, like you were talking about the Hurricane. Mm-hmm. When you let too many people be a champion, it takes away from being a champion.
Yeah.
Because, not saying that Hogan should always be in the WCW champion. There should have been other people in WCW.
Of course.
But kind of, you had during that 1 year, I think you had 8 different title changes, maybe during 1 year when Kevin Nash won it, when Goldberg won it,
You're talking WCW,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What was that, 98, I guess?
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
It was they're downhill,
Yeah.
but it can be a bad thing when you turn the titles over too many times.
But that's what I'm saying, though. DDP
He
should
really
have
never
been...
the problem with DDP, it doesn't feel like he had a long enough run as champion.
Yeah, and
Like,
he
they
aged
split it up
really
too
quick
much.
when he was in. Like, he looked horrible at first when he first came back.
Well, he cut his hair.
Yeah, like
I think
yeah.
they should have kept his hair long and
Yeah.
come out with blue jeans and everything else.
Yeah,
That was a pretty big trademark for him, was the hair and, like you said, the blue jeans. Even the whenever he broke his ribs, and he did the wrap on his ribs. And then after his ribs weren't broken, he continued to wear the wrap. And, that was kind of an iconic thing for DDP and just kind of went away from it.
He was he was the blue collar champion
yeah.
of WCW.
But that's why I liked him in there, and I hated when he came out as the Stalker. That's the one. That's what I'm trying to say is I hated him as the Stalker because I expected so much more from DDP.
And you got to remember when he's WCW, he never got over as a heel. He got over as a face.
Yeah.
Because when he was a heel, he was doing the gimmick with his wife, and he was doing it with the booty daddy. Yes.
Which was awful.
Yes.
Booty daddy.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
He was awesome in WWE he was okay with the whole self high five and all this other stuff with the
Well, what I thought was going to be great for him is when after the Stalker, he did the improvement, the self, the improvement.
Yeah.
The basically Bo Dallas gimmick now.
It basically is. You're right.
I thought that was great. And then they sucked.
And that's why I was kind of surprised. Like, he just went downhill real quick, and I didn't understand that because I think, and that maybe that's one of your what ifs that you could think about of what if DDP came in as DDP to WWE, because I think it would have changed. I think it would have changed the WWE's direction. Like, I'm not saying he would have been one of the big dogs, but he would have been up there.
So you think that they would have reestablished the way they think?
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
With DDP, if
DDP had a
DDP
bigger
was
run.
one of the, if he had a bigger run, I think it would have been a little different. Like, you would have saw him as maybe as a champion for a minute. No?
I could see DDP as a champion, yeah, I really could. And I could see him, winning the title, being it for 3 or 4 months. And, something that small, though, could change the course of the company.
Yeah, but the problem with I love DDP too, but the problem with that time in WCW or WWE, you had Angle, you had Jericho, you had Triple H, you had The Rock still, you had Austin. Who were you going to put to the side?
Yeah.
And I know. Who people loved these people at the time. Jericho was so golden.
But
What were you? Who were you going to push aside for DDP?
Yeah.
He got to face the Undertaker.
Yeah, well,
But
yeah.
he eventually lost, though, did he not? Yeah.
But
And
it
then he
was still
got
good.
buried. He got buried after that.
Yeah.
Because he had to fight Christian. Which I love Christian at the time, but Christian's not a main card guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't a heavyweight champion.
But see,
guy.
that's what I'm saying. I hated that DDP went from being this big player to a mid-carder. That's basically what he did. He became a mid-carder. Mm-hmm. He
Well,
was
so-
winning the European Championship. He was winning all this other stuff.
And I can say it as much as he can, but he can tell you, so did most of WCW.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
When WCW came over, it was mid-card talent coming in, apparently.
Except for one guy, and that was Goldberg. Goldberg was the only guy that was treated.
Goldberg didn't come straight over.
No, but
I know what you mean.
but
When he
I'm
came
saying
over, he
Goldberg
wasn't
and Hogan
treated.
were the only two.
Actually, no.
And Nash.
No, I'll take one. The headliner that came in when that alliance group finally came over was Booker T.
Yeah.
Booker T. You do not remember how good Booker T was.
He was good.
He was the last WCW champion, and his rivalry with Stone Cold, the supermarket and everything else they
One of the
did
best
was
ones.
hilarious and great.
Yeah.
See,
What-
and that's the thing that I was going to say that we were talking about a couple weeks ago when JP was in here. I think that what ruined Booker T at the very beginning is when he came in there and The Rock said, "Who in the hell are you?" That literally like crushed that whole thing that Booker T was building up for, the WCW champion.
It did.
And I'm just like, why? You mean to tell me you can have Booker T come in there and attack him from the back and something and just have that rivalry just like that? Why do you have to have your top guy tear down WCW? And I understand that WWE wanted to shove it in WCW's fans' face that, hey, we bought you out, blah, blah, blah. It just seems like anytime there's a WCW aspect, they shove it down our throats that it went out of business. We understand that. That's done.
Yeah.
It's over with. But
They did it with Sting.
yeah, exactly.
But
And the
it
thing-
doesn't matter. They're not going to put WCW over WWE.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're still running as a company. Nobody's going to sit there and think that WCW is a better company or anything. You're still in business. Do I think that? No. WWE is the better company. I know that.
To this day, and I will argue until my deathbed, until I'm on my deathbed, that, and I'll argue it then. I still don't understand why Shane McMahon, they didn't keep the two companies going,
I agree.
because you got competition and you could. I just think you should,
Right.
because the money's going to Vince no matter what.
They showed it with SmackDown and Raw. It would have really worked. Having people come from a show, coming over and attacking. Because at that time, too, when Raw and SmackDown were a separate brand.
And then you could have done drafts. You could have done WrestleMania mix. WrestleMania.
Yeah, you could even had Starrcade as a pay-per-view,
But-
one after another.
Right.
But
And you
anyways,
kept
though,
it going. But anyway, yeah.
back to the Stalker.
Yeah. Talk about the Stalker.
What do you guys think about it? I mean, as
It was alright.
when it came out, again, I was okay. Like it was creepy. It was very creepy at the time.
I push it out.
Yeah.
I really do. Because, like I said, I look at DDP as a main star.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody really says.
That's
if you
true.
sit there and if somebody told me, well, DDP was not a main guy, no, you're wrong. I'll punch
It
you in the
was.
face.
Well, first off,
He was a
you're-
main guy in WCW. Yeah.
The first guy that he debuts against is The Undertaker, which, again, that is a big...
That's a big deal.
That's
but
a big deal in
but
WWE.
What were you going to do? I mean, you know, there's only so much. There's only one belt, or it's undisputed belt.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, what were you going to do? It's not like a lot of different options with
Yeah.
DDP.
Yeah,
Even-
there was only so much you could do.
What?
Yeah, you said like the whole Undertaker thing. Then eventually it was Canyon and DDP fighting Undertaker and Kane, which I was like, that's pretty cool. I like that. But
Yeah.
at the same time,
It's not the same.
But they had, yeah, I know, and they had it where they were in a steel cage, and all DDP and Kane want to do was run out and be scared. I'm like, see, this is dumb.
Right.
Get rid of this.
And that's
Yeah.
part of the reason. But the Stalker thing, for where it worked, I don't know if I have it number 2. Number 1 is the Greater Power, a.k.a. Vince McMahon, the
Okay.
corporate ministry.
No. Hell no.
I know. This isn't a mask.
Hell no. As my first, if he even belongs on the list, is where I'm thinking right
Yeah.
now. I'm sorry. The Greater Power was one of the worst gimmicks, in my opinion. Worst. Okay, so you put your family through all of this crap, and
Right.
then guess what? You're the guy that did it. Whoa,
Right.
Whoa!
Right.
Didn't see that
No,
coming.
look, it made perfect sense.
Yeah, it would.
Because he was trying to get to Stone Cold.
What year was this?
98 or 99.
It was during WCW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Okay, so that's why I don't know it.
It was the corporate ministry.
Yeah.
I remember the corporate ministry and who was in it, but I don't know the Greater Power gimmick that you're talking about.
I never every week it was something different with the McMahons, and I know that's how it was back then.
Can you watch it on the network?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's October 98.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start watching
But
it then.
what it was is it was a running thing that happened where something happened to somebody in his family or something like that. The corporate ministry got together. I love the corporate ministry. I love the gimmick because now I thought it should have been Shane, but whatever.
That's what I was saying.
But I understand what it was because he was trying to run the company, you know, trying to run people out. He was trying to get back at Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Was the ultimate goal. Okay. It made sense to me. So you can go through and watch it.
It would have been better
But-
if it was Shane.
But
It
yeah,
really-
it was. They were a heel professional group. I loved the group. I mean, still to this day, I love the Ministry of Darkness. That was one of the
yeah.
best factions I think ever. Anyway, that's our top. That's the top 10. You know, I'm gonna name some other people. I would take, you know, the Stalker probably off. I would take the Bunny would definitely come off. Some people I would add Big Van Vader. You see, no, because we know who Big Van Vader was.
Yeah.
Kane. Yeah, I would even put Kane up here before Bunny.
Technically,
could.
that,
You
yeah.
could. And I do-
Man of Mystery.
I do like that.
And then another one I would put the Blue Blazer. I mean, you know, I'll put him up there.
I'm
before
surprised
some of
he's
these.
not even up there.
And another one I would put. I would take the Black Scorpion. I put Doom up there. Ron Simmons and Butch Reed.
Doom.
Yeah,
God.
because
I
everybody
forgot
knew
all
who they
that.
were. They
Yeah.
were only two black guys in WCW.
You're just kind of like, uh-huh. I see where you're
But you
going,
didn't
okay.
know at the same time. You're like, it's got to be them. But
Ron
So,
Simmons. Is that you?
some other people, you know, I wrote down Abyss in TNA, the Patriot, Doink, Juventud Guerrero, Kane, Mankind, Mil Mascaras, Oz, wore a mask,
yeah.
Repo Man, Rey Mysterio, Yeti, Minnesota Wrecking Crew 2, that was in AWA. I loved that. And the Blue Blazer.
Blue Blazer. You really like the Blue Blazer one, huh?
Oh, I loved Blue Blazer one because I knew who it was when he came out at WrestleMania 6.
I was going to say on your list, Max Moon.
I didn't put Max Moon.
No, that's what I'm saying. Max Moon. That's Conan.
who's that?
Conan.
Oh,
Right, you
That
could
was-
put Max
Max
Moon.
Moon?
Yeah.
So
But
who would you go ahead?
No, I was just going to say, at that time, you didn't know who he was. But then when he came to WCW and he had his start as Conan, and then you go back and look, you're like, oh my God, that was
Yeah.
him. He was Max Moon. I think that was awesome. Tequila Sunrise.
So who would you put
So
on the
who
list?
would you take off and who would you add?
Go ahead, Steven.
No, you go
Either
first.
one of you go.
Okay, I'll go
So
ahead
we move through.
with the three. I don't know the Great Power, so I can't say that one.
Okay.
And I actually would change the DDP one because in WCW, DDP or La Parka was acting really weird for a couple weeks, and he wasn't acting like himself. Couldn't find out it was DDP, and he was dressing up as La Parka.
I remember that one.
That was
you
a
put that one in there.
Yeah, I really liked the way that La Parka and DDP teamed up to do that, so DDP could get his revenge.
Okay.
Number 2, I really like the Gold Dust. I don't know if
But
you.
Goldust wasn't Mr.
Yeah,
yeah,
was a
I,
mystery,
I know, and like I said, I got confused with the countdown, like we talked about early. That was my number 2. I really
Okay.
liked him. And then
So
my,
did you make your own list?
yeah. And then number 1
Okay,
was
well, we're not.
Well, what's
going
your
through all
number
this.
one?
Just
Just-
go with
just-
number one.
my number
What's your number
1
one?
was obviously the Hurricane,
Oh yeah. Okay.
hands down.
No, when we talk about their countdown, we don't make our own list because we will take all day to talk about.
Yeah.
It. So
Well-
the Hurricanes one you would put on, and you would take off the Greater Power.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd take off the bunny. I mean, you
Okay.
got to. And
All
I'd put Blue Blazer. He deserves to be up there. And I'd put what was number 4 again? Number 4 was
Number 4 is Mr. Cyclope, Dean Malenko.
Yeah, I can't take that one off.
You can't take
well,
that off.
the I'll take the Black Scorpion off, and I really believe this. Mankind should be up there. He was technically a mystery. We didn't know who he was. We didn't know anything about him yet.
Yeah, we did. He was Cactus Jack.
No, we didn't know that yet. We didn't know though. We didn't know he was Mick Foley at the time. When he first came in, he was this. We didn't know who he was. He was in the freaking boiler room.
All right.
So I put him in there.
All right. So, all right, let's move on because we've been on this list for a while. Next week's top 5, because there's no new countdown, will be top 5 matches at Extreme Rules. There's long enough that we can go back. That does not mean ECW. That does not mean WrestleMania. That means that has been at Extreme Rules. The top 5 matches at Extreme Rules.
Okay.
It can be any match on the card. It doesn't matter as long as it's on the card.
All right.
Okay. So that'll be next week's top 5. You can tweet us at WWA Show, or you can go to our website, WrestlingAttitude.com, and vote on your favorite. And we'll share the results on the show. Is that good? Top 5 Extreme matches?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're about 3 weeks away from Extreme Rules. Go ahead. You
I'm
talk about the
Good.
next top
Just
5?
hope nobody puts Daniel Bryan and Kane on there because
Oh, jeez.
that is not allowed on the list.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get into Raw then. This week's Raw was from the University of Texas. Yay. Seth Rollins and the Authority come out. Triple H and Stephanie are on vacation. A well-deserved vacation, Rollins says. Rollins says the Authority had a great WrestleMania. The Big Show won the Giant Royal Rumble, the Andre the Giant. Kane was there. That's all he said. He said Kane was there. Big Show says he isn't in the Andre the Giant shadow anymore. He's above it. I kind of didn't like this. Because I don't like you taking digs at Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
There's certain people you don't say stuff about. Just like the Legion of Doom. I don't leave Legion of Doom alone, leave Andre the Giant alone.
But I've seen it. They're doing this lately in the WWE with taking digs at people that are not there anymore, and it's wrong.
It's kind of like comparing them, trying to say, hey, if you like a team or a person, this is who you're going to compare them to, basically.
No, but they've been doing that for the past year, and I don't like this.
The one thing with Big Show, I understand because there's nobody even close to him besides Andre the Giant. I don't, it makes me uncomfortable when you say his name. Then we got Kane, or Orton comes out. Kane books a triple threat match for number 1 contendership. Ryback versus Reigns versus Orton. But first, it's Orton versus Kane. Really, Ryback and Reigns and Orton in a 3-way?
I'd rather see that than Kane and Orton, which we're seeing.
Well, and then, of course, we got Reigns and the Big Show. How many times do we have to have Reigns versus the Big Show to tell you we don't like it?
They're going to keep doing it.
I don't get it. You're burying Reigns even more.
Yeah.
He needs to hurry up and go heel.
Well, yeah, they need to hurry up and get rid of Kane and Big Show.
They've been needing to do that like 2 years
Or
ago.
at least have them fight Eric Rowan and Luke Harper every week. I really see that.
Yeah, turn Harper face and have them as a tag team would be good again.
Yeah, and that's fine because you're doing nothing I'm just sick of seeing the Big Show and Kane every week in main event.
Hell, have them as a tag team. There you go.
It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable to see Harper and Rowan. I love them. And I do agree with you. I mean, have them go face and do something with it.
Or have them replace Big Show and Kane.
You know what?
As much as people don't like that idea,
I
there's
really
a lot
do
of people
that.
that don't like it.
Yeah.
I really do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think you put Rusev into Authority, but that's my opinion.
But yeah, I mean,
We need to see that.
We've said it before, Rusev. Sheamus. They had a perfect opportunity when Sheamus came back and did not take it.
Well, Rusev is talking again. Or he's actually starting to talk in the WWE, so you can put him in the Authority.
Yeah.
But you can put him in the Authority.
Well, anyway, Orton wins by DQ. And then backstage, who is back? Brad Maddox is back.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm so glad I didn't.
He's with Kane when Rollins interrupts. Brad Maddox basically acts like he runs the show again, which is funny. Rollins says when Stephanie and Triple H return, you will have a lot to answer for, talking to Kane. Kane books Rollins in a match. And, of course, it's Rollins versus Neville. And in case you didn't see the entrance, great entrance by Neville. I have made the same entrance, so I understand.
Yeah, that's right, WWE.
I want my copyrights.
We were making Earth
No,
explode.
There was no we.
Oh, I was there. I was
You
there
saw
when we
the
watched.
video after I got done with it.
No, I helped you make it over here, Mr. Peter Jackson, or not Peter Jackson,
Jackson.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Michael Bay, with your explosions.
Anyway, the entrance was cool. You can send royalty checks to james.s.summit.
It's too many dots.
As long as I have a lot of zeros at the end of those dots, I don't care. Then we got Rollins wins with the curb stomp. Cena issues a open challenge, and who comes out? Stardust comes out.
You know,
Cena wins with the AA.
say what you want about the match. The match was good. I love Stardust in the ring. I do. What I don't like, this could beat Cody Rhodes. Why? I don't want to see Stardust much anymore because Cody cannot be
Stardust is dead.
He cannot be his brother's character. This is his brother's character.
I was going to say, too, I think that Cody Rhodes can be groomed into what you want him. But Stardust? I mean, don't get me wrong. When he first came out, I really liked the idea with him and Goldust,
it's
the Brotherhood.
too gimmicky.
It is. Yeah. It really is. And I don't like... Are you serious?
Nobody's taking him serious.
Yeah.
And that's the reason he'll never be heavyweight champion.
I mean, get him back to being dashing Cody Rhodes. Something.
Let him be that. The dashing one's a lot better. And hopefully they'll go back to that because if he stays Stardust, you can't give him a heavyweight belt. I mean, when he had...
Can't give him any belt.
When he had the dashing one with Rey Mysterio, he was a main event guy. And then you bury him.
Yeah.
And this character's just horrible. I can't... The only good thing about this anymore is I get to see Eden.
You love you some Eden, don't you?
Now, I love my wife. Really?
No, but I like Eden. But I mean, like, he doesn't even have to be like his father or anything. Just he has a good gimmick. This guy, we've seen him in so many good gimmicks. I mean, with Damien Sandow, he has had so many good
Rose
gimmicks.
collars and the porn mustache.
Yes, the Rhodes Scholars was
That's
fantastic.
what I'm saying, though.
So genius.
I know.
Where is this Cody Rhodes? But hopefully we'll see him. So
Yeah. Anyway, let me give Cena props. For 2 weeks in a row, he's actually fighting mid-card guys every week. And it's about time.
Making them look good, too.
Yeah, he's making them look good. You know, Ambrose last week, this week. I can't wait to see who surprises because I think Samoa Joe's going to come out 1 week.
I don't
and
like
take the challenge. I really do.
I don't like
I think
saying
that
that,
would be a
though.
great match.
I don't like you
Great
saying
rivalry.
that mid-card guys because Ambrose, in my opinion, is not a mid-card.
Unfortunately, he is right now.
Yeah.
He won't be at some point. Well,
I hate to agree with you, but he is a mid-carder. I hate it.
like that.
I think that
Right
man,
now he is.
I think he's a top card kind of guy, and they need to put him in the top card. But I
he was
hate
a
that he's
main
Ambrose.
eventer.
He will
Yeah.
be at SummerSlam. By SummerSlam, he will be. But right
Okay.
now, you know, he's paying his dues. And there's nothing wrong with that, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Him, Reigns, and Rollins, I don't
I know.
understand what all the uproar is. These guys are the main event guys for the next 10 years.
yeah.
So
Absolutely.
stop bashing if they go down for a couple weeks.
You're right, you're right.
But it's nice to see John Cena actually try to push these guys over.
What?
Because I think what's going to happen is just like Kurt Angle, he did with Kurt Angle many years ago when he started. That's how they're working it in. Somebody's going to debut and be over.
And it was. Oh, go ahead, man.
Well, I was just going to say that's what I like about Cena is that it's something different every week. We're not seeing the same thing every week, which is good.
I agree.
You're not seeing that same boring John Cena. And once again, he introduced that move at WrestleMania. Still hasn't done it.
Right.
Why?
No, he
No, what do you mean? He did it. He did it last
this week.
night.
Then
He
I
did
missed it.
last night.
He did the springboard
I did
stunner.
too.
Is what
I
they're
missed it.
called.
Okay.
Yeah, he
I missed
did
it.
Yeah, trust me, he was bagging on it earlier. Then we had the Bellas versus Paige and Naomi. We'll talk about the news later.
Yeah.
Brie helps Nikki get up, but Paige kicks Nikki in the face after Brie moves. Naomi wins with a very bad finish. I thought it was horrible.
You didn't like
It was the scissors, and she was supposed to flip them over the head, but it
looked-
was very
it didn't-
bad. It
it-
looked horrible. Even Booker T was like, "Uh-oh."
It looked.
I'm serious.
Yeah, you could see his face. He went. Ooh.
No, he said, "Uh-oh," or he said something like, "Oh, that looked bad."
Yeah.
I mean, in that reference,
It wasn't
it
good.
looked horrible though. She's not ready yet. You got to bring up these other girls.
That's
What?
one of the things when you have a wrestler commentating. When they see that, they're just like, oh, ew.
That's why I like it. That's what I love about wrestlers commentating.
And then the segment of the night, Primetime Players mock New Day. I love it that they're back together. And they say the detention, a.k.a. Ascension.
You know we can't
They call them
read.
the detention.
You
I
know
love
we
it.
can't read.
Primetime Players say millions and millions of dollars, just like always.
Love them.
So it's nice to see them back together. And they had the spikes on the football pads with some safety cones on it. Mocking the Ascension.
Put tinfoil on them
Yeah,
and
it was-
everything.
it
Oh
was
god,
Man.
these two are gonna be good.
Oh, I hope they make a run with them. I really do. I doubt they will, but I hope they do.
Hopefully, if 2K's listening, we need the shoulder pads with the cones. We need it.
We can build those. Then we got Harper versus Ryback. If Ryback wins, of course, he's in that three-way. Ryback wins with Shell Shock. Then we got New Day with Renee Young. I didn't really understand this. They were talking backstage. What?
Loved Biggie. Great talker.
Oh yeah, Big E's an awesome talker.
Mr. Biggie. I mean, just him going from one to the other. He is awesome.
Well, that's the reason they need to make them heels.
Yeah.
Because they can do so much more.
Because God, he can talk. That guy can talk.
But then we got New Day versus Lucha Dragons. I do like Kalisto. I don't really like Sin Cara. Yeah, there you go.
Kalisto, I'm telling you now.
Kalisto's good. I like Kalisto. Sin Cara is Sin Cara.
That 360 spin
Yeah.
that he did was breathtaking to me because I have not seen that in a long time. I mean, I know it's not really, but you have to be very agile, very athletic to do that. That kid's got it. He's like the new Rey Mysterio. Say what you want. I don't care.
right.
Oh no,
He's
no,
the
no!
Rey
I'm not,
Mysterio.
I'm
Don't go that
I'm not
far.
going.
Gone.
I'm not
Don't
going
go that
against
far
you,
yet.
and I will say this though. I will back you up a little bit. I think Kalisto is the next big thing in his weight class. He's going to be the.
Well,
next
he's the
guy.
only one in his week.
Yeah, well, look at Rey Mysterio.
Well, no, he will put on good matches, man.
Yeah.
I think him and Neville and other people will put on great matches.
Absolutely, I
Yeah.
think they could win.
They could steal the shows at main events.
Which is
I
good.
think, at pay-per-views. But Lucha wins after Sin Cara pins Woods. Then we got Reigns versus The Big Show in their 50th match on Raw.
Next.
Reigns wins with the Spear, and I am so sick of seeing Roman Reigns with The Big Show. Can you please stop it? I would rather see Zack Ryder versus the garbage man outside.
What you're doing right now is you're giving Big Show props, so let's not even talk about it.
No, because this is just ridiculous.
I know it is.
Bring
Look.
back,
People power.
bring back people power.
I can't believe you still got that. People power.
You could have had seriously, you could have put Swagger out there, man.
He's got a point on that. You could put Swagger. You're
You
right.
could have put, and I mean Swagger and Reigns. That'd have been a great match, but really, the show. How many times have we seen that?
Why? I would rather see Rusev and Reigns.
Wow, that'd have been a great match.
You know, I mean,
that really would have.
what?
Like I was
I
telling you, we
understand
got
you
to
don't
move
want to
him
mix
up.
storyline. I know you don't want to mix storylines, but for GD, if you, I want to say the word because it pisses me off so much, but if you don't stop putting him against freaking Big Show and Kane, this guy is so far buried. Go ahead and get him a casket match with The Undertaker because he's already buried. You know, you might as well put him in the grave.
I wouldn't
Put
even
a
give him the
fork over.
match. Just go ahead and bury him.
Just throw him in there. Just put him in the ambulance match.
You're right.
Boom, throw him in.
You're right, James.
I'm just sick of it.
I know. We are, and that is why I'm issuing a challenge. If you hate the Big Show and Kane as much as us, don't watch their matches. We skip until
Listen.
people notice.
And I don't mind you having them on the card, but don't have them in a main event against a main event guy that is young. Roman, it seems like to me the only person Roman Reigns can fight is the Big Show and Kane because it's all they ever fight against.
Hashtag cancel Kane and Big Show.
When you know there's a stipulation that the other person has to do this to win, you know who's going to win.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break again and then come back and finish up Raw.
Okay.
You listen to Wrestling with Attitude.
Let's light it up, light it up, light it up, light it to the light, light it up, like shooting stars we're gonna light up the sky. Let's light it up, light it up, light it up, light it to the light, light it up, like the night, like the diamonds as they shine in your eyes. Light it up, light it up, light it to the light, light it up, like shooting stars we're gonna light up the sky. Let's light it up, light it up, light it up, light it to the light, light it up, like the night, like the diamonds as they shine in your eyes. Something about the night is magic I can't explain. Every time the sun goes down, feel everything change. Feel my body buzz and feel my temperature range. Every night, a brand new page. Let's light it up, light it up, light it up, light it to the light, light it up. Like shooting stars, we're gonna light up the sky. Let's light it up, light it up, light it up, light it to the light, light it up. Like the night, like the diamonds as they shine.
This is the original Pete, the Summit, WWA. Personally, do not want to see Undertaker ever again. And he's going to be a part-time guy. That is my problem with this business right now. Everything is about part-time people. You can catch all your favorite episodes at WrestlingWithAttitude.com or Stitcher.com. Like us on Facebook at Wrestling with Attitude. Follow us on Twitter at WWA Show. And you're welcome from the savior of wrestling. All right, welcome back to Wrestling Attitude. What, you say you want to listen to it? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Been forever since I heard that one. And you're welcome. Oh, my.
Do what? Oh.
Talking to the 18-day champion like
Yeah,
that.
don't be talking.
All right, well, I already did. Too bad. I don't care. Anyway, we were talking about Raw before then. Can we please get Big Show and Kane off of Reigns?
Hashtag cancel Kane and Big Show. I'm telling you. Let's do it.
Hashtag light their ass on fire. Sorry. What? I'm sorry.
Me and Steven were not a part of that. We're on the other side of the room when he said that.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't want to be a part of this hashtag.
What do you think I'm talking about? I'm talking about in an Inferno match. What are you talking about? What do you think I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, sorry. I'm in an Inferno match.
I was scared, Steven.
Well, you see what happened if they end up losing. Hell is right there underneath the ring.
Oh, they can just go
So
back.
they just they just swallow. And where did Big Show debut? Underneath the ring, right in hell, so they could both go back to hell together.
God, it's
Oh,
so
man.
true.
It's true.
It's true.
All right.
That makes so much sense now.
So Kane, I mean, and where's Hornswoggle's home? Underneath the ring.
Yeah.
So I think it goes
In Little People's Court?
No, it goes it goes Hornswoggle. No, it goes the ring, Hornswoggle, and then hell below that.
Man, we got like apartments under there, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, you go from midgets to fat bastards, and I'm sorry.
Are we supposed to say that?
We're a PG-13 show.
Oh,
PJ?
PG.
I thought we were a PG. What is PJ?
We're
Has everybody got their PJs on?
we're on Stitcher. Stitcher ain't kicked us off yet.
Okay.
So we're good. Kane was on the phone with somebody talking. I don't know. Who cares? Summer, Natalia, Cameron, and Alicia Fox are backstage. Yay! And Kane books a Divas Battle Royal next week. They are in London. So that's the reason they did a Divas match. That's great. Because we give Divas a chance. Reigns was backstage with Renee Young again. Sheamus comes out, and of course, You Look Stupid chant breaks out. I understand the look. I don't like where he's at with this.
Two ways this goes. He's a good guy. They don't say anything. He's a heel. They're going to point it out.
Yeah.
That's just how it is with that look.
Well, no one's ever done that look like
That's
a
why I like it.
mohawk, and I get it's different. I understand it. I think I agree with JP though. If you shave it, but leave the mohawk.
Get rid of
Then-
the beads.
Yeah, the beads are a little bit much for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why you do it, but the beads I don't really care for.
I like the beats. I
You like the beats?
I like the heritage
You like
thing.
the beats?
Yeah,
I know. I understand
like the
the
heritage
heritage
thing.
I understand the heritage thing, but guess what? There's other parts of you that come. That pasty white body is a heritage thing.
I don't like
We
the-
know you come from Ireland.
I don't like the music.
I love the music because it's
Because he needs to
actually-
be this bad guy. I
No,
want
I know.
to, I want some like really strong rock music behind
Yeah.
it. Some
I wanna
Celtic
see-
rock or
I
something.
want to see some Dropkick Murphys.
Thank you.
But he, I think that the pasty white body is enough heritage.
Yeah.
That tomato red hair you got, that's some more.
It's orange, sir.
Oh, orange? Okay.
Oh, it's
well,
orange.
But, you don't have to have your goatee being beads. I
just
understand why you did it.
I want to see someone come
Yeah.
up there and just scissor. Just
Yeah. But, anyway, I wish, because it should be the original Sheamus that came out when he was a badass and won the title.
Hey,
That's the perfect one.
We're going to see a fatal four-way now. It's going to be Daniel Bryan, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Sheamus, and a shave your beard match.
So,
There it is.
good, I hope.
That'd be
I hope-
amazing.
I hope Daniel Bryan loses.
I really do.
But anyway, Mark Henry comes out. He interrupts. Sheamus wins with the bro kick. Then I don't get it. I just don't get it. I give up. We have a Bray Wyatt promo. He says he
He's
is the
back?
new face of fear. And I'm like, does anyone care?
No.
Nope.
You lost at the WrestleMania to a 80-year-old Undertaker. No one cares.
Nope.
Nobody.
You have
does.
no fear. They almost need to keep him off TV for a couple months and
Bring
have
him
him come back. Stunning surprise, and he wins the Money in the Bank.
What you
Yeah.
could do, too, is have it where he's not on there for a couple months, and he comes in there. Somebody's attacked. Oh, my God, who did it?
Right.
And then,
A mystery for a couple weeks. Right.
Absolutely.
But I would personally do something like that. I would have him come back Money in the Bank and win, or attack the champion. He needs to come back and attack Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Or have scarecrows dressed up with him and let them attack him. Since he likes scarecrows. Let's give him a brownie. Maybe he can sell ice cream bars at the lemonade stand out front. I mean, as long as he gets in the door, it's all that matters. Better yet, won't he come out with his brother? They can be Bo White.
No. Just move on. Move
Yeah,
on.
we can just do the Bo Whites.
Move on.
You want to see that.
Do you believe in the Bo Whites? The Bo what?
No one
What you say
does.
it, Bo what? I'm sorry, Bo what?
Believe it or not, I did that on the game, and that was a good tag team.
The
Just
Bo
saying.
what's? Yeah.
I did the Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt, and they were
What, they electric
actually
company
really
now?
good.
The Bowatts? The Bowatts?
Well, I'm not gonna get to see Bo Breeze. I got to see something. I got to see what?
Hey, they're gonna do it, man. They're gonna come out as electric company guys, and
Yeah, once you had him come
Turn
out,
in the power.
I'm turning your power on tonight.
I got the power.
You don't pay your bills. Guess who's cutting off the lights? I am, Bo White.
God.
You see, I can do a whole promo for them.
think we just made $10,000, sir.
Oh, I bet you got about 5
Oh, we made
more
a
hits.
lot more than that.
We got about 5 more hits on our show, I bet. So, yeah, I mean, Bo Watts. I mean, come on, do something. Look, I'm so sick of seeing another guy buried.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with this guy
I
now?
know. Dude.
I mean, you going to let him clean your toilets? Well, I mean, what are you going to do?
They're gonna
There's
look.
nothing for him to do.
They need to put this guy back in a tag team. I'm sorry. I'm not talking as a leader of a team. I'm talking a tag team. He needs to be with somebody because right now he is becoming from. He's going to be a mid-carder, and I don't want to see that of this guy because he was, a year ago, he was one of our top heels.
WWE, I'm not an idiot. I don't forget that he loses every time he comes out.
None of us do.
No, obviously they think we do because the same gimmick is being pushed down the throats. And I love the gimmick, but if you make him lose every week, guess
It ain't gonna
what?
work.
You know what made Jason so scary? And well, he wasn't that scary, but on Friday the 13th, he killed people. He didn't get killed every single. He didn't get killed in the movie.
They thought they
I
killed
mean,
him.
they thought they could kill him.
Yeah.
They could. That's fear. Freddy Krueger, they thought they could kill him. They didn't kill him.
Yeah.
That little
Maybe
toy-
that's how he's looking at it. Maybe
that-
he's looking at it
that-
as that you're squashing him every week, but
that-
you're not killing him.
I was going to, yeah, maybe that's what they're doing. But we understand. I understand.
Scary.
Oh, okay. Little Chucky. Okay.
All right, no,
I mean, seriously. I mean, what? Dude, the point is, those are fear. They strike fear in you. I'm more scared of Chucky than I am of Bray Wyatt. What tells you about that?
he
You're
is
scared of
as,
dolls?
he's as scary as rubber. That's how scary he is.
How can you be scared? Well,
No, you can't. That's the whole point.
The gimmick was great, and they get a big fat Daniel Bryan. Whoa! For the way they've handled his character, or the way he's handled it. You know, and you know, here's the thing. I don't know why I'm surprised because I love his daddy, but Mike Rotundo was never, up here as an A+ player.
no.
He was great, but and maybe Bray Wyatt just don't have it.
That's what I'm saying. Put him with the tag team because think
He
of
ain't done it
we,
yet.
we remember IRS with Ted DiBiase. I'd love to see him when he was in the Nexus and stuff. It was great. When he
There-
did the Nexus thing, great.
There's a point. I
Yeah, go ahead.
understand that you have writing.
Yeah.
Okay, you have creative, but you know what? I'm Bray Wyatt. I'm supposed to be the face of fear. At some point, I'm gonna be like, we need to talk about where my direction my character's going. Because if I keep losing at a pay-per-view, how scared are people really going to be?
I'm
How
scared I
scared-
won't be here much longer.
I'm scared that my brother will have more money than me and have a better career.
Oh, you just bashed the boaster.
Hey, I love Bo Dallas, but a spade's a spade.
You're right.
He has it.
No,
But-
he has it, I
that's-
think.
I
But,
wanted to say that he has it. Creative is not giving it to him.
No.
We saw it last year.
but there's a point when you're in the career, you grab your balls and you say, you know what? You see I have these big balls. I run my career.
Yeah.
Okay? There's a point where you're like,
It's when you say, "Did you see what happened to me last week?" and you want to call me the face of fear?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way. He's right. And none of these guys are doing that anymore. They're not standing up for themselves. They're just letting writing. They're going, "Here you go. This is your script for this week." Oh, cool.
you
That-
can't be
yeah.
a yes man all the time.
And,
No.
the sucky thing is, too, they really got rid of that SmackDown Raw thing. And I really like the brand thing because you could actually see, like, Raw was the top show. And if you were performing on SmackDown and you were a big talent, guess where you went?
Yeah,
You
but-
went to Raw.
If the
They still
people
do that.
on SmackDown don't give a fluke and the people watching it, then
Well,
it
they don't
doesn't
give a
matter
fluke.
because they don't really give a fluke
don't.
and nobody is doing anything. And that's what gets me so aggravated. I understand the writing might be bad and the direction, but you know what? You work for this company. Guess who has total control when it comes down to it? Are you going to survive? You going to be this lame-ass character that they give you every week? Or you going to actually stand up and say, no, you know what? Let's change something up. It's not working. Because the Bray Wyatt thing, I'm frustrated, dude, because he can't keep losing
No.
and then keep acting like, I'm the face of fear.
Yeah.
Well, look at Steamboat. Steamboat did it. He said Ricky Steamboat did exactly that. He didn't like the gimmick that he was given. He told them he was going to walk out if he didn't get another gimmick,
Well-
and they let him go. But guess what? Guess what ended up happening? He's a legend
one of the
now.
greatest
Exactly.
ever. Look at all the greats, dude. No offense. Look at all the greats.
Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold, The Rock, all these. I mean, what did The Rock come out the first time? a freaky hair freak. I'm just saying. No, when he debuted at Survivor
Yeah,
Series.
it wasn't a freaky haired freak. It was a freak.
It
It was a heritage
horrible
thing.
It was a horrible gimmick. My point
Those
is a
are
horrible
called
gimmick.
Jerry curls?
Look at Triple H. Triple H comes out.
Hey,
Hey.
the blue blood was amazing. I
It
don't care
was
what
all right.
you say.
It was okay.
All
No,
right.
I'm talking about terrorizing Smarty. Kevin Nash comes out as Oz. I mean, agree.
Oh, that was horrible.
My point is, all of these guys at some point are like, you know what? I got to change something.
Yeah.
I got to do something different. I can't just ride along. I can't just do as Florida Georgia line. I can't just cruise.
Can't do it.
Yeah, at some point you got to be like, hey, nope, not anymore. Anyway, and hopefully, anyway, we'll see. Ryback was Renee Young. Who cares? Miz with Miz Dow.
We got to cheer him up again.
I felt good until I got to the bunny.
He's so grumpy.
The bunny did it, man. I'm telling you, I never thought a bunny would get me so
it
upset.
was there before the bunny. It's been there since Grumpy Cat. I know how you feel.
Don't get me started on Grumpy Cat again. Anyway, we had Miz and Miz Dow. Miz wins with a roll up after pulling his tights. Congratulations, way to bury Miz Dow. Why is this match on Raw?
That I was kind of mad about, but if we better see something next week. I'm sorry, you can't kill this character like that. You can't.
You won't. He'll come back next week. They'll have a match at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, hopefully.
Fine. It ain't going nowhere. It's just a bunch of zeros. Orton is backstage with somebody. Orton versus Ryback versus Reigns. The Authority come out. They stand up at the ringside. Show KOs Reigns, knocks him out of it. Orton RKOs Ryback, but Rollins cursed, and Orton wins, but Rollins comes in and curse stomps Orton.
There's your show.
I was fine with the we knew Randy Orton was a win. He should be winning.
Yeah.
My problem is what are you gonna do with Reigns and Ryback?
See, that's my. First off, no, screw Ryback. I'm sorry, but we've been through this road 3 times in this year. I'm tired of Ryback. I'm sorry. You screwed him over because, one, you did the same thing you're doing with Reigns. You put him with Big Show and Kane too many times.
It's
It's
aggravating.
over.
Yeah.
It's over. It's done. Reigns still has a chance.
Ryback is loved by the fans, but run with it then. Do something at least with him.
Ryback is not. No.
There's nothing to do with him.
I mean, you got to find something. If you can't, then give the guy some time off. Bring him back. Make him heel.
You
Do
got-
something.
Got Mark Henry back. Why don't you turn Mark Henry heel and have
See,
Mark Henry versus Ryback?
I would rather had Ryback as a heel.
Yeah.
You can only have a person like Ryback be a face for so
No,
long.
you could have, but God, he could be the Authority muscle.
Absolutely.
You
Well,
could
that would
see
make
him.
sense. You feed me more.
The problem with the Authority is that you have 2 guys that we don't care about, 2 of them that don't wrestle, and then you have one that's just a champ. Like, you have no. This is like the worst faction ever.
Not at the
I
at
won't
one
say
time.
ever, but
not
it's-
at one time. It was a good faction, but then they forced. They did the same matches each and every week with
Yeah.
Kane and Big Show.
You have to eventually branch out and recruit. Like we've
Well,
been talking about. You
right.
have to get at least a good. If you're going to do a faction, it has to be 4 wrestlers that people want to watch, or 5 wrestlers that want to watch. Even a diva. A diva would be fine to put in there, but let them wrestle.
Well, what makes a faction? Most factions are young.
yeah.
Okay, they don't put a bunch of old guys together usually. Okay, I mean usually main event mafia, yeah, of course, but usually they don't put what. Anyway, Raw.
That's
Well,
your comparison.
No,
is
the comparison.
Main Event Mafia.
The
That's
best
only
one,
an old one I can think of.
No, the best
That's
one is the NWO.
Well, they weren't old. That's entirely different. I'm talking. They were young. They were in the prime.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about over
the
towards the
hill.
end of their careers.
Yeah, Main
Okay?
Event Mafia. is
Usually, now you did have WCW. You had the Millionaire Club or whatever they were called. But my point is, usually You put a faction together so people can grow to get better, like Evolution, like Legacy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Usually that's what you do. Nation of Domination, DX. Usually that's what happens.
And then, but with the problem of that, because I saw that with Nation of Domination, you had one guy come out of that and blow up.
Right, but that's what a faction does for you.
Yes.
Usually.
Yeah.
And that's what they're thinking with Rollins is going to happen.
Same thing with Evolution. You had Flair, who was above and beyond the legend. And you had Triple H, who is the he's going to be a legend, but he has a little bit more to do. And then you have
But you had the two young
and then you
guys.
have the two
But
young
those two
bucks.
blew up kind of at the same time.
And they
But
did.
that's what happens when you put that should be the ultimate goal of a faction.
Yes.
That's the reason if you put like a Ryback. Sheamus, maybe not, but yeah, you could.
I think you could with Sheamus, yeah.
No, I know you could. Rusev and Ryback, there would be better choices to me.
Really?
Because the next 10 years, you want to build
You'll
some
have
future
those.
players.
Yeah, you'll have both
You
of
don't
them.
want a Kane and Big Show. You
No.
want a Batista and Randy Orton.
You want someone that's just starting their career.
Right.
You're right.
Anyway, Raw was okay.
I give it a solid Daniel Bryan.
It was
I do. I'm
a
sorry.
C plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. You know what? No. Screw it. I'm giving
give it a
it
C.
A minus. Solid Daniel Bryan.
A minus.
No, a C minus.
A C
It is
minus.
getting a C.
AC
Minus.
AC minus.
Yes. It is
AC
getting,
minus.
It is getting an air conditioning unit. Okay. Because it needs to cool off. Because it sucks.
All right, I give it a C, dude. I thought the Rollins segment was great. I thought there was some great primetime players. I thought the mid card stuff is great, but the heavyweight title, having Ryback wrestle twice, have Orton wrestling twice, have Reigns wrestling twice. I don't get it.
And then you have the guys come out again and interrupt. That's what I don't like. It's the same thing every week. We're seeing somebody interrupt, and it's like Kane and Big Show interrupting every week.
Yeah,
Could have had all those guys in one match. Like, honestly, and you know, as much as I hate to see the Big Show and the Kane in the match every week, but you could have had them in a six-way.
You could have
and like
no
whittle
more
it-
6-man tag
Yeah,
matches.
please.
No,
No.
not a tag match. I'm talking about a six-way, like not a battle royal either, but elimination something. You could have even done a battle royal, but whittle them down, and then eventually you have like the Authority getting eliminated. Then you have Reigns and Orton at the end, and that would have been nice, but you don't. But I give it a first half an A plus, second half a D.
It needs to be.
All right, so that's an average of what, C? Okay.
Yeah, it's an average.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Let me call my Simon Dean, not Simon Dean, Dean Douglas. That's right. I got called Dean Douglas for the
You need to
correction.
get your deans right, man.
All right, so real fast, we got some sad news.
Well, the good Lord split you. Go ahead on if you got to go. But you
And unfortunately, some bad news. AJ Lee, she's 28, by the way, decided to retire from in-ring competition.
Still, she's got time. She's got time.
Suppose couple rumors is she might be pregnant. I don't know if that's true. I don't care. That's her business.
Yeah.
Let her go off and do whatever she's gonna do with CM Punk.
I hate she's ending so early, though. I mean, 28 is very young to end your wrestling career.
Really?
Well, I really hate that both of them are gone.
Yeah.
To me, CM Punk and AJ were two of the bright stars in the company, and AJ had a lot more to learn, a lot more to do.
Yep.
So,
It comes down to Vince had the chance to make this happen, fix this, and just didn't. Just didn't. And I like I said, CM Punk was my favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
You know, after Edge, basically, when he was gone, and then CM Punk, he took that. I mean, for me, I was just
Yeah.
like, man, I really like CM Punk. And I've
right.
always liked CM Punk.
Punk's my mind. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
I
then
get
AJ Lee was my favorite diva to watch. And I mean, Paige came in, and that's been my other diva that I like. But now it's kind of like there's a void. Now you have to fill that, and I still feel like that CM Punk void and that AJ Lee void is not going to be filled for a while.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know what they're doing with these guys. You know, I mean, I hope more of this does not happen because I've noticed like these people are leaving because they're unhappy.
Yep.
And I'm just afraid that you're gonna lose good talent because you're not using them right, or you're not fulfilling what it used to be.
Well, you got to understand, Stephen, though, today, I mean, there's so many different things out there now, and they make a lot more money than they used to do other things.
But there's a lot of people.
And, you know, to me, she's only been in the business 3 years.
And she's made that
4
big of
years,
an impact.
And she made that big of an impact. When you say you love something enough, you don't leave it that early. You just don't. Usually.
Yeah.
All right.
No, you're right. You're right. She shouldn't have left.
No, I ain't even talking about her. I'm talking about CM Punk.
Oh,
I'll go back to him.
wow.
So, you know, but we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
When your husband leaves something that you work at, guess what? You ain't going to be that far behind.
Well, we either thought that was going to happen or he was going to come back. I mean, because that's normally what happens. I mean, but you're right. And hopefully, I don't know, though. I don't think it's the end yet. Because, again, she is still young. We could see her again later on. We might. I don't see us seeing her have one more run. But we might see, you know, her come back as a guest star, something.
Okay, yeah.
I could see it. Same thing with CM Punk. Everybody's like, he's done, he's over. No.
No way.
We're going to see this guy again.
No, he's done.
Man, if he gets beat up at UFC, he's going to be like, well, I'm going back to wrestling. You can't tell me that's not in the back of everyone's mind right now.
Of course it is.
I was the biggest supporter of this guy. I hung on his cape for well after a year. It seemed like after he said, "No, he'll be back." I've been the one saying he'll be back. He's done, dude. He's done. I think he's completely done. The company, his wife no longer is there. If AJ was going to be there, I might change my mind, but I don't think he'll be back. You know, now at some point down the road, you never know. Will he come back for a guest appearance? Maybe. You know, maybe he'll come back for a rock thing. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't think so. But what?
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that.
What?
Like, for instance, CM Punk leaving and everything. I've had that same thought process. If you're not being used right, you do want to leave.
Yeah.
I did it in my career. I left. But, of course, it was in the back of my head. I want to go back. So I went to another company. They utilized me. The other company found out, and I went back.
But that's
just me, though.
But and we ain't going to spend a lot of time on CM Punk because we have over the past year.
Yeah.
CM Punk left. But he said he loved something so much that he left. Okay? If you love something that much, you don't leave. You stay and fix the problem. When you leave the issue and it's not fixed, it just keeps going. You either stay and get it fixed or you leave. He chose to leave.
Yeah.
I mean,
He took his ball and went home.
And that's fine. He wants to go do something else. He wants to do UFC. He's 36. You only have a small window to do what you really want to do in your life.
Yeah.
I mean, and you better do what you can to get it. So, you know, it's fine. I just hate to see AJ's gone now, but I think that door is closed. When AJ left, I think that closed the door on Punk. That's just my opinion. Some other news real fast. Scott Steiner is allegedly threatened to kill Hulk Hogan. Yeah. So he's permanently banned from WWE. There was an incident at the San Jose airport. So, but that's some of the stuff you can read on our Facebook page. Real fast, Daniel Bryan faces Bad News Extreme Rules for the IC title. New season of Tough Enough will premiere June 23rd. SmackDown will be moving to USA Network in 2016.
Okay.
About time.
Yeah.
Good.
I love her so much. She's my favorite. She's my new favorite.
Oh,
She's
sorry.
passed Sunny as my favorite
Yeah, all right. We had to get some AJ love in there.
Oh yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Huh?
Nope.
I just want to go over that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Steiner thing's a sad story. We can talk about it some more next week.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, who hasn't Steiner wanted
Mad?
to kill? Like seriously, I think he's wanted to kill every superstar. Seriously, come on.
I know.
It's
just sad.
Trying to get famous again, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Poor
All
guy.
right. You good now?
Oh, I'm good, man.
All right.
I'm good.
You good? All right.
Gravy.
All right, gravy. I ain't got time to find that song now. Biscuits and gravy. All right.
No.
No, not this
No.
week. All right. Anyway, you were listening to Wrestling Attitude. Check us out on Stitcher, Spreaker, and iTunes. And don't forget to send us a tweet at WWE Show. Next week, top 5 extreme matches or extreme rules matches of all time. See you next week.